One of the themes that was essential to Martin Luther in the Reformation was that of sola gratia, or grace alone. When I think about what the Reformation means to me and my growing up in a small town in southwestern Ontario, I think back to the Christians who were most influential in my first steps along my faith journey. And when I think about the people that were closest to me, they came from all types of denominations. They were Presbyterian and Christian Reform. They were United and Pentecostal and Anglican, Roman Catholic, Mennonite Brethren. From all across the spectrum of the church. And so growing up for me, having a denominational affiliation wasn't really a big deal, but it was connecting to Christ that was the main thing. But as I got on and studied more about faith and where we came from in the church, I got to see how these different branches of the tree of Christianity began to grow and how they started and what they have bloomed into. And so certainly I am Presbyterian. That's the denomination that I belong to. And I really love that idea of being reformed and always reforming. We have a lot of things together, sure, but there's always room to grow and have a deeper understanding and respond to the ways in which the Holy Spirit is teaching us and instructing us each day. Some people want to pause and celebrate and jump up and down and sing great songs about the Reformation, and certainly that's a landmark event in the history of Christianity. But we also need to stop and think about what the Reformation caused. It caused a lot of positive, life-giving changes that have impacted the personal faith of millions and probably billions of Christians over the past 503 years. But we also think about the divisions the Reformation has caused. We think about the animosity between groups like Catholics and Protestants and the wars that have been fought over this type of belief system. Certainly that was not Luther's intent or the intent of other reformers. And so we look back and think about, with humble hearts, the brokenness that the Reformation has caused, along with the positiveness, and we think about how we can reconcile these ideas and concepts and what it means to celebrate. And really, it's because of the grace of God that we continue to move as reformed and reforming Christians, but also as a diverse body of Christians. There's not one group of people that can claim 100% authority on the right way to be the church. However, it's in our diversity of denominations that we are able to see God's grace in action. And when we embrace the grace of God through the person of the resurrected Jesus Christ, we begin to get on that right path, that path to wholeness and healing, that path to hope, that path to following Christ in the way that he calls us. And so let us think about the amazing grace of God. And I want you to think about the connections that maybe you have made with people from other denominations, or people with no denominational affiliation. And when we think about the meaningful conversations that we share together, sure, we can see the differences. And hopefully those don't spark hurtful feelings in us, but sometimes they do. But it's because of God's grace we're able to move through those and into a fuller way of being the church, God's people who believe and profess the resurrection of Christ. What amazing grace.